Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another rendition of Los Lobos de la Lucha, your weekly CMLL post show here at BC Wrestle Pod. It's been a hot minute, but I am back, and somehow camp was very refreshing. It was nice to take a week off, and somehow my social battery is recharged and drained at the same time. Also, I was dreading coming home because I knew it was going to be hot in the last couple of days, as Papa also and I can attest to all of you watching at home. It is hot. I was like, listen, I love you this summer because it be out here, the pool parties are fun and everything. But let me tell you, Papa also and I can relate to. It's just like, listen, we love hot boy summer, but hot boy summer sometimes don't love us with this heat. So, but speaking of which, Papa also is here with me as always to break down 2 episodes of CMLL goodness. And I promise, until further notice, we're gonna go back to just once a week. We're only doing 2 to catch up because I was on vacation. um, yeah, so before we get into all of that though, y'all already know the drill. We go live pretty much a good chunk of the week on your favorite streaming site. Check the YouTube the following day for an edited version of the show. Social media at BC WrestlePod for all our other shenanigans, merchandise at our store, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com. And we have a coffee bot that helps us pay for pay-per-views, which is going to be in handy in the next couple of weeks because we've got lots of events coming up. All right, without further ado, let's just get into it because we got 2 episodes of CMLL to cover, and we are building to some stuff that is happening this Friday and next Friday, which is very interesting. And we also got the Grand Prix coming up in 2 weeks too, which I'm going to discuss at the very end. But let's just jump into it. So we're going to start off with the show that happened 2 weeks ago. So we're going to talk about the July 10th edition of Viernes Espectacular. So we had a really fun card for this one. And let's just jump into it because we kicked things off with our July 10th edition of CMLL on Fridays with our opening bout, which of course is our Pequeño Estrellas. So we had the team of Pequeño Polvora, Rostro de Acero, and Full Metal taking on the team of Pequeño Volador Jr. So yes, now we have a tiny version of Volador Jr. in name alone, which is great. And he is teaming up with Mercurio and Minos the second. Um, I I could not get over the fact I was just like, these are some bright colors with, Team Pequeño Volador Jr. I'm like, why are we so yellow? I was like, my eyes.
Also, sometimes, guys, yellow is not good on brown skin. Just saying. Sometimes it makes you look a little ill.
It makes you look like y'all have jaundice. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. I was like, yellow is a choice.
I was like, we out here looking like reject hot dogs, you guys. What is happening?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, we were looking like pale wieners out here and not the fun kind. Like, come on now.
But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
The match itself was fun. It really was. It's just that listen, we're gonna critique these outfits too because sometimes I'm just like,
right.
Color blocking is important in wrestling, as we have come to learn.
Indeed. Now, I couldn't quite get over the pequeño. I was like, what? I was like, I get confused on names sometimes, like when how they name themselves or how they pick names.
The naming
or
conventions, yeah.
I'm just like, wait a minute, what? It's like, okay. I mean, I know what pequeño means. I was just like, pequeño Volador Jr. Like, what? I was like, I'm confused. What? I was like, it's like a mini me. What? I'm so confused. I was just like, so I didn't really understand that choice. So I didn't know if you can enlighten me on that sort of thing, or we could just kind of glaze over it and move on.
Well, from what I understand, is that kind of like how wrestlers will transfer like the names of their characters or like the names of the luchadors that they portray. Like for example, this is not the one and only Místico that we currently see. That's been passed down from time to time. It's from my understanding that the Pequeño is like given to a luchador to kind of be like the smaller version of that one to continue the legacy, I guess, which is still very weird in all honesty to say. So like Pequeño Volador Jr. was given to him from the actual Volador Jr. And then same thing with Pequeño Polvora. Polvora like dubbed him to be "You are my son," essentially, which is still very weird in the grand
So
purposes
is
of
it
everything.
like choosing a successor?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Or at least
I mean,
like
I'm like
yeah.
legitimately, I'm curious. I just because I don't understand the, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't understand the sort of like transfer of power. I don't understand how
Mm,
because I know Mystico is not the original Mystico. I knew that, and so I was like, is it like Doctor Who? It's like you get a new doctor, but they're still the doctor. It's just like I don't. I guess that was my big thing. I was just like, so what does that mean? Does that mean eventually Volador Jr. will move on and Pequeño will become the new Volador Jr.? Or
possibly.
okay. Okay.
But yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
very interesting. It's very interesting for sure, and actually I really honestly, the Doctor Who, comparison is actually pretty close.
That's fair. I mean,
So
it doesn't cheapen anything for me. It actually makes it more interesting to me.
right.
So that's why I was kind of like, what does that mean? I mean, because I know we already have a Volador Jr. and I knew we already had a Polvora. So that's why I was kind of like, because I looked it up. But I was just like, wait. And I tried to find before I came on tonight. I actually tried to Google search why they use Pequeño, and I couldn't find anything that made any sense. So that's why I was like, I'm just going to
Interesting.
ask. So
At least from my understanding, that's how it
yeah,
works, but let us know in the comments below, like, if you
yeah,
know what's up, like, we are here
yeah.
to be
I
educated.
truly want to know. I truly am truly interested in knowing why, or, what the process is.
Yeah, because it is interesting too. Because we both know that the legacies and the families of
Right.
wrestlers and characters and the names of everything is interesting, to say the least. But yeah, let us know in the comments exactly what is up, and if we're right, if we're wrong, we're here to be educated. But
Absolutely.
to kind of wrap all this up, the match itself was fun for an opener, and it would be Team Pequeño Volador Jr. Mercurio and Minos the second to pick up the victory. So, fun little opener. Naming conventions aside, we are going to continue to research so we can learn some more. But, anyways, we go from this opening match into our first championship bout of this episode, which was for the CMLL National Trios Championships. And this, of course, sees the champions, Felino Jr., El Cobarde, and Hijo de Stuca Jr., taking on Los Forajados, which is Polvora, El Coyote, and Vaquero Jr. And I was just like, let me just pause my screen real quick. And screenshot.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good bad boy.
Yep. Oh yeah. See, here's where I was talking. This is what I meant to Polvora here. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I'm confused. And is it the same? And this is where I got confused because I was like, is Pequeño Polvora? Is it any relation to Polvora? So like, and not necessarily like blood relation, but like character like
Relation. I
So
feel
this is
like
where I got
maybe it's
confused.
yeah, for sure. And like I said previously, I feel like it's like successor or even like an addition to the legacy. I don't know. They be spreading their seed out apparently. So I'm like, hey, you know what? If that keeps the legacy going, I'm here
Yep.
for it.
Do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Like spread the seed out and get the kid, like get these children out here. Anywho,
Yeah.
but as far as But yeah, so this is again for the CMLL National Trios Championships. This actually was a lot of fun.
It
And
was.
again, the last couple of weeks have been a really fun build leading to this match over the last couple of weeks that we see, the different iterations of these teams going at it with each other. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. Of course,
Mhm.
Los Forjados are being the bad boys and playing the Rudos roles very perfectly. Well, actually, the funny thing is that technically both teams are Rudos, which is a very
Yeah.
interesting thing here. Um, but this was really fun. Also, I believe it was Vaquero Jr. I was like, oh, so we just gonna wrestle with the chaps the whole entire time? I'm like, I'm
I was
not
okay with
mad,
that.
but I'm
I was okay with
I
it.
was you were just like, yes.
The Texas boy in me is like, yes, please.
It's like right
Yeehaw.
like save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So outside of the eye candy, though, this actually really was a fun match. I did
It was.
enjoy this one for sure.
Yeah. Los Forajidos was a cowboy wet dream.
Coming
like-
to an erotica store near you.
Seriously. I was like, wow.
You're just like, ooh.
And this picture here is just solidifying it. Just making it more so.
Yes. It is fantastic. But again, this was a really fun trios bout.
Mhm.
This
It
was
was.
really fun for a championship match. Of course, our champions of Felino Jr., El Cobarde, and Hijo de Stuka Jr. do retain the championships. But this has been a fun little feud that has kind of been over the last month or so. So I really like this. This was a lot of fun. And
I love Hijo de Stuka Jr.'s mask with the snake eyebrows. Cracks me up
like,
every time I see
like,
it.
what in the Sharpie eyebrows is this?
Seriously, I'm just like, that craps. It just cracks me up.
I was like, thank you, CMLL graphics department, because it is always fun to use these graphics, honestly. So, again, the champions retain in this match, and we move on to our next match, which is kind of been seeing a couple of these folks fighting each other over the last couple of weeks as well, too. But this one is a Relevo Sencillo match. This is Star Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. taking on Zandokan Jr. and Barbaro Cavernario. I'm gonna admit this has been one of the weirder feuds that we have been seeing over the last couple of weeks because I still don't understand. I was like, y'all just hate each other. I mean, I'm not mad because vengeance and hatred are pretty simple motives when it comes to feuds, but it's been really weird. And then to make it even crazier too, like I feel like we've had a couple of DQ finishes because not to bury the lead here, but Star Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. end up winning here because Zandokan and Barbaro are being rudos and caused the DQ to happen.
Oh yeah. This was an interesting match.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you in the idea that the feud feels weird. It doesn't feel weird. That's the wrong phrasing. It feels, I don't know. It felt off to me a little bit.
Mm.
And I was just sort of like, why is, and we see this in sort of like westernized as well. And I was just like, why are we feuding? I mean, specifically? Because I tried to go back and figure it out and I can't. And so I guess I'm asking, why are they feuding? Like, what caused this? Because I couldn't figure it out.
I'm going to be honest. Your guess is as good as mine too. Because I was trying to piece it together too. I'm like, I don't really see like the catalyst point. I was just like, we just beefing to beef, which I'm like, cool. That's fine with me. But
it was like, but you kind of want something behind it. It's like, I don't know. And I don't necessarily feel like it was empty. I don't feel like it was an empty sort of thing, but I was just sort of like, I just wanted to know why. I like to know the tea. So that's why I was trying to figure out what was going on. I was like, okay, what I need someone to spill the tea on this, right? On whatever this is.
Because me and Papa also we love to keep the peace, but we also like to be messy.
Mm-hmm.
Spill the tea. We here for to be messy bitches sometimes.
I'm just curious. I was just curious. I was just like,
We're gonna get into it with our next episode too, and when we preview this Friday too, because this feud just keeps going. we're gonna keep going with it. So I was just like, I mean, I'm not mad at it, but I'm like,
No.
okay, well, we're gonna figure this out, I guess, at some point.
let me tell you, Barbaro has been getting some serious ring time lately. Like serious.
We're gonna talk about it for the next episode we're gonna cover.
Yeah.
But I was just like, he's also been coming out like not in his full like
Yeah, I've noticed that.
paint either. I was just like, now
Yeah,
he has definitely slimmed down and toned up a little bit, which I was just like, hey, I'm not
I
mad.
know. Even I was kind of like, well, wait a minute. Is that? And then I got confused. I was like, wait, is it the same guy? I was just like, wait a minute.
He's
So
letting
I
the
didn't know.
hair-
I was like,
that hair is free falling.
because like in
he's
this,
not wearing
even in
his
this
paint.
picture, I mean, in this picture, he looks slimmer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I was like, is that?
The same person.
Or is I know I was like, is it the same person or is it like an iteration of that character? I didn't know because we had the whole
Right.
Picanio thing going on, so I thought, well, maybe it's a theme tonight. I don't know, but no, but good for you, Barbaro. You looking good, man.
You really are. Like I said, Star Jr. and Dragon Rojo Jr. end up winning to cause the DQ, and this will continue next episode, but the fight keeps on going. So we'll put a pin in that later for the next one. But we move on to our next bout, which was a really fun one for sure too. This is where I had to control myself. I was like, all my favorites are here, so this is gonna be a good one.
Oh
Now,
my God.
as soon as I saw this match, I was just like, do I want to be messy and call Papa Oso and ask him how he's doing right now?
Ooh, it was hot. It was hot here. It was very hot here.
Just be like, woo!
For multiple reasons. Yeah. Whew.
I had to take a cold shower after this one.
Yeah, this was literally like a buffet.
And Papa Oso, if all these men showed up at his doorstep and they're like, hey, let's go, and damn, let's do it.
Oh my Lord. I don't know what happened.
You just pass out probably.
Probably.
Templario will carry you like a damsel in distress.
I'll be all right with that.
No. Anyways, so we get this 3-on-3, so Relevo Australiano. So this is Templario, Titan, and Flip Gordon taking on Ultimo Guerrero, Volador Jr., and then, of course, MLW star Ikuru Kwan, who is not a stranger to us here in CMLL. But this was a really fun and surprisingly a high-paced match. I was really enjoying this one. This was a really fun one. And again, I'm never going to complain with Ultimo Guerrero because I love him. But no, this was really fun. And again, a lot of these individuals have gotten a lot of ring time over the last like 2-3 months too. Like Volador Jr. beat Flip Gordon not too long ago to become, the historic middleweight champion. Templario and Titan have been kind of, been together in 3-on-3s or tag team action lately too. It's been really fun. This is a really fun match. And again, this was also, I will also say, for the most part, this night is where a lot of the Rudos walked away as the winners for this episode. This is no exception because we got some fun back and forth. Of course, this was for one fall, but Ultimo Guerrero, Volador Jr., and Ikuru Kwan would win, which would then set up a match between Ikuru Kwan and Templario for the MLW middleweight championship next week. So I wasn't mad. I was like, this is a really good one. This was fun.
This one was good. The original one was really good. This one felt like fan service.
It really did.
But like in a good way, not like, we're just giving you this to get, whatever. But this was really good. I really like that. I hate that my boy lost, but that's okay.
That's okay. And spoiler alert, he would get his redemption the next episode.
Yes. And indeed.
Indeed. Indubitably. But again, this one was a really fun one, and this
Yeah.
is definitely where the crowd started to become more alive. Not to say that they weren't for the other 3 matches, but this is where things got
Yeah.
insane. And
Yep.
nothing more was true of that, especially when you heard that crowd cheer for when Blue Panther's music started to play
Yeah.
during the entrance. So, in our semi-main event for this particular episode, in a special mano a mano international mano a mano match, we have Blue Panther taking on AEW's Claudio Castagnoli. So again, Claudio is with AEW, but like Thunder Rosa, has a dual contract and is signed to CMLL as well. I love Claudio's brutality. I could also stare at him forever too. Be like, oh, hi.
Yep. Yes.
His uppercuts are brutal, man.
They
Holy
are.
crap.
Yeah. He reminds me of like oh god. Like a hired hand for a Bond villain. You know, like he just carries himself like you just want to like, gosh, someone take this guy down. You know, it's just, and he's just so good at it. And just like, so yeah, in this match, I was just like, oof.
Well, it kind of works out too because he is from Switzerland. So I was like, that Bond aesthetic is really European here, and I love it. But yeah, Claudio, this was a really fun match. Again, Blue Panther is crowd favorite. Man is continuing to show up and show out. Claudio and him put on a really fun match. This was a good one. Claudio does win, but hey, that's okay. We'd love to see it. This was a fun one. Now, let's get into the main event though of this episode because this was a really great match too to close out the show. This is our main event, which is for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. So, of course, this is Místico and Máscara Dorada, who are the champions. Because remember, they beat Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortos a couple weeks ago to become new ROH tag champs, and then they are taking on Los Hermanos Chavez, so Angel de Oro and Niebla Roja. Los Hermanos Chavez got this match by pinning the champions. Well, pinning Místico of all things last episode, like the previous episode, which is really crazy because we really don't see Místico get pinned all that often. So that was really cool. And again, this was the perfect send the crowd home happy for this particular episode because these four know each other very well, and they just when from beginning to end, they're like, all right, let's just throw everything.
Yeah. Seriously. This was a great one to send everybody home on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if I was there, I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. I was like, it was just so good. And I agree that because they know, I think it's because they all know each other so well that the chemistry was so good. You know, and that's one of the great things, like, especially when you get, in my opinion, when you get these like traditional CMLL fighters, the ones we see all the time, the ones that we know will get in a ring and give us a show. You put them in a ring, and it's just like the chemistry is immediate. And this one was that way. The minute it started, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Because they know each other. They know what they're capable of. They know what they can handle, what they can't handle. I mean, so it was all give and take, and I really liked it. That's how I felt.
Yeah, and like for championship matches in general, we love when it's like a good back and forth because it's really fun and it creates a dynamic points for the energy from the crowd as well. So really fun stuff. Místico and Máscara Dorada would retain the championship, so they are still the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Místico had a really good week this episode, and then we flipped the coin for the next one, which we're going to talk about here shortly. So that takes care of the Friday, July 10th edition. So then we're going to fast forward to the second episode that we're going to talk about now, which is the July 17th edition of CMLL. So let's just get into it. So Opening up this edition of the Friday show on Friday, July 17th, we opened up with, more of our Escuela boys, which I love seeing. So, in a tag team match or a level sencillo, we have Blue Shark and Rey Pegasus taking on Poseidon and Máscara. As corny as it is, I really dug Máscara's mask because it's different. I was like, yes, aquaticness.
Yep.
Now, Poseidon, I loves you down. I truly do. But I was just like, what in the Aquaman
Yeah.
cosplay Halloween spirit Halloween was this? Like
Yep.
this bodysuit was not it.
I agree. I totally agree. I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I was all. It's funny. I was thinking you went Aquaman. I went Namor, but I guess that's true as well. It's Aquaman
This
too.
is
I
more
guess
Aquaman because it
it
was
is.
Namor.
Now that I look at it, I'm like, you're
I
right.
was
It's
like,
more
if it's
Aquaman.
Namor, he would have less clothes on.
True. That's very true. That is very, very true. I don't know. I just went. That's funny. But yeah, that was like what? Okay. Again, it was a choice.
I was like, we're learning. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, this was a really
This was a
fun
good one.
opener match. Like these four really brought it, and I was just like, this is actually really good. Not to say that I thought it was going to be bad, but with the Escuela Boys opening up the show, we always never know what we're going to get. But these four had really good chemistry together. I was really happy.
And I always love seeing new people because it's something I've never seen before. And I'm like, oh, how are they going to react to this, or how are they going to do their thing? What's their style? What's their version of lucha? What is are they high flyers, or, what is their thing? So this was super fun for me. Because I don't know any of these guys, so it was all brand new for me, and so I got to meet four new people, and so
right,
I really enjoyed this match. I thought it set up the energy for the night. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, this was a really good opener. Blue Shark and Rey Pegasus would end up winning the match, but this was a really, really fun opener. Now, I want to talk about this next one really quickly because we got a Relampago match next, but spoiler alert, and I ended up watching this episode again on Monday. I was watching it with Uriel, Papa also, because he wanted to watch some Lucha Libre, so I put this on. Now, because he asked me a really good question, and since we started covering CMLL, like we've seen a lot of lightning matches happening. Unless I'm misremembering, this is the first like tag team lightning match that we had in CMLL, which surprised me.
Yep.
And so this was different because it's a lightning match, but it's tag team, and instead of 10 minutes, the tag team version gets 15 minutes, which was like, this is kind of cool. I don't think we've ever had a tag team lightning match before. So I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good. And of course, it's got some of my favorite peoples in here because this is Rey Cometa and Espiritu Negro taking on Raider and Espanto Jr. I love Rey Cometas and Espiritu Negros like as a team. Their aesthetic, like I love it. It's great. This was another fun one. I was like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I agree. It literally going from the first one into this one, I was like, oh, yeah. And first I was like, wait. Because when they were announcing what the match was, I was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, because this is the first time we've seen a tag team
lightning match.
Yeah, because I was trying to remember. I was like, have we ever seen this before? I don't think we've ever seen this before. I know we hadn't. So this was really cool. I hope they keep doing these, like like switching them out. Do one-on-one, then do tag teams, as they swap them around. Because this was actually a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, this was a really fun one. And again, all four of them are really great as a tag team and individually as well. Raider and Espanto Jr. would end up picking up the victory here, which, again, like I said, this match was really fun. First time seeing a tag team lightning match, which is a lot of fun. So I agree with you, Papa, in the sense that I hope we continue to get the variations of our regular one-on-one lightning matches and then the tag team. So that's really fun stuff. Now, the girls are fighting. And they really are, because this has also been another feud that is going to be culminating not this Friday, but next Friday. Tessa and Persephone will be going one-on-one for that CMLL Women's Championships. That's going to be fun.
Oof.
But we've been getting various iterations of these two and their stable mates, homies, girlfriends fighting each other, and I'm not going to complain. So in this one, in a Relevo Australiano, we have the team of Tessa Blanchard, AEW Thunder Rosa, and coming on over from the UK, Miss Johnny Robbie, taking on Persephone, Sanelli, and Olympia. And like I said, the girls are fighting.
Hey, is it me? Olympia looks like she's like lost some mass.
She seems to have like toned down, but
like,
I
she's
can
like,
it
looks like she's starting to tone it more so. Because I mean, she used to be like stocky built. She's looking a little more svelty. I noticed. I mean, right. It was enough for me to notice. It's not like, oh my god.
It kind of reminds me of like when Jordan Grace went from TNA to NXT and how she kind of toned up as well and like became not slimmer, but like more defined in her muscles.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what Olympia has done.
That's what this looks like.
Yeah.
Which is great. Good for you. And she's still like built like a brick shit house, but
and she's throwing girls like they don't weigh anything, which is so good to still see.
She's fantastic. Fantastic. But I cannot wait for this Tessa and Persephone fight.
Oh man, next Friday I think is when they said it was going to happen. So we've been building to it with these multi-person matches over the last couple of weeks, and we're finally going to get it, I think, next Friday. So not this Friday, but July 31st, which I'm excited about. Should be fun. But yeah, so again, this was fun. And Tessa, Thunder, and Johnny do end up picking up the win over Persephone, Sanelli, and Olympia. But like I said, really fun stuff. We've been having different iterations with Tessa and Persephone at the forefront. So I'm looking forward to this championship match into next Friday on the 31st. That should be really fun. Now, we go from our Amazonas into a championship match, which was really fun to watch for the MLW Middle Featherweight Championship. Of course, we have our champion, Templario, defending the title against MLW Ikuru Kwan. And Ikuru Kwan is being accompanied by his Contra unit stablemate, Okamura. And of course, Templario is being accompanied by Titan. This was another fun one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed like the simple whites from Templario's whole entire ensemble, but then the close-up of the mask was like snake, like it was snake leather in the form of camo. I was just like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the tiny little snake horns popping up in his mask too at the top.
Yep. Oh my god, he was so hot.
He was embodying a snake, and I'm like, what that tongue do?
I just.
And now
I'm a sucker for a brown man with tattoos.
You're just like, hi, how we doing?
Plus the mystery, of the mat. It's just super, just sexy.
It is. We love to see it. Oh man, but outside of that, which is a great bonus, by the way, this was, again, like I said, this was a really fun match too.
Yep.
And it was even better that Templario retained his championship. So
yes,
like, all is right in the world.
I was gonna be so mad. Although I have to say, Ikuru Kwan is pretty damn good in the ring.
There were some times where I was like, oh, yeah, I think we might actually see a new champion. I was like,
I was,
and too. That's what and here's the thing. I love it when it's a really fun back and forth where you make me believe. It's like, I'm pretty sure Templario is going to retain, but there were moments I was like, oh, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. There were
and every time,
I was worried.
Yeah. And every time that because like I said before, this is not the first time that Ikuru has come to CMLL, but every time he's come, he's come a couple of times, and every time he's been here in CMLL, he's just gotten better and better working with the luchadors down here, which is really fun to see, and I love it. So, again, another fun match. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I have to say that he's an attractive Asian man.
Right? I was just like, there's
it's the beard, man. The beard's doing it for me.
Honestly, facial hair saves a lot of things for a lot of us, honestly.
I was like, ooh, you're kind of yummy, man.
It's really, and this could be a whole entire conversation, but I was just like, listen, we love everybody equally, but we also know, at least for me, like, the more rugged, the better. Like,
yep.
But I'm not gonna judge the more effeminates either. Like, honestly, well, no, like I'm here for everyone, but
I like the bad
presented
boys
in front of me, and I'm like, yes to both, please.
Yes, I like the bad boys.
Yes. Speaking of bad boys, though.
Yes. Yeah. Look how good Barbaro looks in this picture.
Yes. This whole entire squad of Barbaro, Soberano Jr., and Utani, now that I found his Instagram, I'm just like, well, hello there.
Oh, I freaking love Utani. Oh, my God.
It's, my gosh, them girlies, you can hear panties be dropping everywhere. Seriously. And some boxers, too, I'm going to be honest.
Yep. Like, oh, I agree with you. Yeah.
The silver look for Soberano Jr. looks so good. I was like, I'm not usually a big fan of like the reflective silver attire, but I was like, oh, Soberano Jr., it just works.
It does.
It works very well. And this is what I was pointing out. Like, Barbaro Cavernario didn't come out with his makeup. His hair was all down, but he'd be looking great. I was like, ooh, let's go. And then, of course, Utani out here with more muscle definition. I'm just like,
I know. I was like, what is going on over there? It's like... like everyone's like slimming down and toning out, and I'm just like, good Lord, what is happening?
For us.
I guess
they're like, just for us. I'm just kidding.
I'm okay with that. I'm like, go for it, man. You get nothing but compliments. Yeah, I was just amazed. Yeah. I was amazed at Barbaro. I was like, wow, you look so good. And I don't mean that just in a hot and heavy way, but I mean like he physically looked great. Like not just his body, but his whole persona.
The energy felt different too, which was really fun to see too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, but the Rudo team, they were being extra spicy this match because I was like, ooh, they were whooping on the Técnicos. Poor Capitan Suicida, man. He was getting the brunt of getting the butt whooping. It was like they were throwing him around.
Hello?
He was getting stomped on. I was just like, what is happening? This is great stuff, honestly. This is fantastic.
Okay, there we are. Wow.
There you are.
That was weird. I was like, oh God. Oh God. So I was like, so I stopped talking and I just smiled.
I know it froze for a little bit. I was like, no, we lost him. We lost Papa also.
I was like, what is happening right now? I really think it's the heat here. I think it is the heat because, just sorry for 1 second, get off topic. When I was streaming on this past Monday.
Right.
And it just kept, and I think it was the heat. I think we were browning out on internet wise. It was just like popping in and out, in and out. So I don't know. And that happened it just happened here too. So I don't know, man, it's damn heat, man.
No,
anyway.
I feel you because like streaming during the summer is always a pain in the keister over here too. You and I live in, two different versions of hell.
Yeah, that's fair.
Satan decided to have vacation where we live. And so now we and you are dealing with Satan's armpits. Like,
I think you're more like in Satan's taint.
That's true. It is just straight heat over here.
Yeah, you're way hotter there than here. I mean, we're probably more like armpit area here, but
Apollo and Helios, I swear, I didn't mean it. No, like, take away the sun.
I know, right? A little bit of cover come on now.
I don't know. Shameless plug, though. y'all should go see the Odyssey because I actually pretty enjoyed it. But then again, I'm a Greek mythology nerd through and through anyway, so I was probably gonna enjoy it
Here's
anyway.
a hot take.
Ooh.
I'm not a big fan of that book.
That is okay. I understand. It's not for everyone.
You know, and
That
it's not, you know,
that
I've
epic
read
is
it.
not for everyone. Yeah.
I've read it several times. I just can't get into it. Like, I can't like go like, oh my God. I mean, yeah, I love all the Greek mythology and I love all of that. That's great, but I just can't get into that story. You know, I just can't. I just like, okay.
That is okay. And I would love me and you gonna talk more about it afterwards. But no, I understand. Like I understand that the Odyssey is not for everyone.
Plus that book breaks my heart when he comes back and his dog was alive until he got there and then he passed away. I was like, done. Spoiler alert. Done. If you haven't read the book, well, no, everyone should have read this book by now. I'm sorry. So
I was just like, it's only been out for like thousands of years. Like
exactly.
Like the poem has been around for that long.
Yeah.
I will say this, not to spoil anything, but this movie goes through like the typical like big points of the epic that most people read in high school or even currently. You know, you have Charybdis, you have, you know, it's just you have the Cyclops and everything. I will say though, I have seen lots of different versions of the Odyssey in terms of film in my lifetime. I will say that this one is probably the one where the depiction of Circe and that whole entire part of the epic of what happens when his men get turned into the pigs. The way that they decided to do the transformations, I was very uncomfortable, but like in a good way. Like the way that they decided to shoot it and how they turned into pigs was, oh my God, I was unsettled.
That's fair.
And not to spoil it on here, but I'll tell you when we get off the air, like what exactly was unsettling, and we'll talk about it. But no, the Rudos win here. They were just the poor technical team had nary a chance.
No,
like,
none whatsoever.
No. And so this is getting crazy. Now, speaking of Rudos just absolutely taking the piss out of the technical team. This was nuts because this, like, we just renewed a rivalry. We know that Averno and Euphoria and Mephisto, like Los Infernales, are gonna be like nuts. But man, poor Mystico got his mask ripped. They beat up on him. Like he's okay, but like we had to put on a backboard, and then they beat him up on the backboard. Like this was crazy.
But you know, it's exactly what I was expecting. Because Averno and Euphoria, especially, they are just downright rude. They're the ones that just don't wait. They're like, I'm going to whoop your ass right now. I don't even care that they haven't called their match. We're going to beat your butt. You know, and it's like, and especially Averno. Averno is very, very like trigger happy. I mean, he is like, bam, he's like off, and I'm just like, which I love, and that's what him and Euphoria are two of my favorite Rudos, and I love it when they're together. The only thing I would love is if a trio, if it was Hechicero instead of Mephisto here,
right?
But, because those three, it's just like world ending. I mean, it's like the mother boxes from DC Universe. I mean, you put the three of them together and the world comes to an end.
I love that reference. Yes.
I mean, seriously, because they are so volatile. Yeah. And then when you put them in a ring together, they will destroy everything around them and then turn on themselves. And it's wonderful to watch. It's wonderful to watch. So I loved this match. I was just, anytime Averno and Euphoria are in a ring together, I'm like, I'm there for it. I was like, the only thing that would have made this better if Hechicero was in this mix.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
I mean, Mephisto is good. Don't get me wrong, but
no, I agree. But yeah, Mystico got the bricks beat off of him, and it was
he got the shit kicked out of him.
I was like, this man is about to die.
Well, he was a target, man. It's like they were zeroing in on him more so than Mascara and Neon. They were like,
Mhm.
cut the head off the the leader out of it, and the rest will fall. But man, I was just like, wow, it was so good. Yeah, and I actually started feeling really bad for Mystico. I was just sort of like, damn, dudes. I mean, kicking him while he's down. I mean, literally. But that's Averno and Euphoria. I mean, that's who they are. They're like, oh, he's down. All right, now he's even easier target. Let's kick his ass again. And it's just like,
do it again right now.
I was like, damn. I mean, like the white coats were there helping, and next thing you know, it's like, blam. it's like, oh god, this is good. This is so good. It was so good, so good.
It really was. And like I said, so Averno, Euphoria, and Mephisto win through shenanigans and disqualification. I would not be surprised as this is setting up a trios championship match between these six, which I am all here for because I think it will be fantastic stuff. So
Agreed.
this is gonna be fun. But we covered the 2 episodes. So now the only thing left to do is to go over what this Friday is looking to be, and then also now that because over the last couple weeks they've been slowly putting all the teams together for the Grand Prix, and we finally have all the participants. So we're going to go over that in a little bit, but let's talk about what is happening this Friday. And we actually have a pretty solid big show this Friday for CMLL. So to kind of preview it, to take us here. So in our opening bout for this Friday, we have a 3-on-3 match. So we have Stigma, Arcalis, and Rayo Metalico taking on Vegas Depredador, Tenochca, and Kimba. So Kimba was in the Escuela tournament earlier this year. So more Escuela boys. I'm not going to be upset about that. Then in our second match of the evening, we have Dragon de Fuego and Dragon Legendario taking on Sergeant Pepper's fan club because Hijo de Villano Tres and Villano Tres Jr. are back in the mix. I was like, all right, boys, let's see what outfits we come out this time. I swear, I was like, Yellow Submarine it. Let's go. Then in our third match of the evening, we have Amazonas action. We have Tessa Blanchard, Skadi, and Gata Negra taking on Persephone, Reina Isis, and Kira. Then in our semi-main event, again, this is the feud that continues on, but they are going one-on-one. So Dragon Rojo Jr. versus Barbaro Cavernario. So this is the feud that is continuing. Then in the main event, we have the Leyenda de Plata. This is Única Eliminatoria. So I think this is the first phase to determine who will be one of the 2 spots to compete for the Leyenda de Plata later on. But we have a stacked lineup for this one. So this is, I don't know what version of this match we're gonna get, but we have 10 bodies in this match, and we'll see what kind of rules they use. But in the first round elimination of the Leyenda de Plata, we have Titan, Templario, Máscara Dorada, Ángel de Oro, Neon, Volador Jr., Guerrero Maya Jr., AEW's Commander, Capitan Suicida, and Calavera Jr. Uno. So, there's a lot of bodies in the ring. So, this is going to be fun. But that is this Friday. And then it is my great pleasure to also announce that we have our final teams for the Grand Prix coming up in 2 weeks, which makes me super excited. So Friday, August 7th is the men's Grand Prix for CMLL. So we have our teams set. So, of course, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Grand Prix, this is the men's Grand Prix, in which is a 10-on-10 elimination style match where last man standing for their team is the ultimate winner and wins for their team. And it is Team Mexico versus Team World. So representing Team Mexico this year, we have the captain of our team Mexico, which is Místico, which is no shocker there. So Místico is the captain for Team Mexico. And on this year's team, we have Volador Jr., Soberano Jr., Máscara Dorada, Hechicero, Ótimo Guerrero, Templario, Barbaro Cavernario, Ángel de Oro, Titan, and Shelhua. So that is Team Mexico. And I'm like, that's a stacked team for Team Mexico. They got all the big boys on that team. They got all the big boys on that team. And then representing Team World, representing AEW, and the team captain for Team World is Bandito. So Bandito is the captain for Team World. And on Team World, we have AEW's Pac, AEW's Claudio Castagnoli, AEW's Orange Cassidy, AEW's Roderick Strong, MLW's Austin Aries, New Japan's Doki, Ring of Honor's Blake Christian, New Japan's Yujiro Takahashi, Rev Pro, which is in the UK, Leon Cage, and representing Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is Rohan Raja. So that's Scott D'Amore's new promotion for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. So really cool to see Rev Pro and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling being represented this year. So I'm excited to see it. So this is going to be a good one. So this is going to be fun. And that Grand Prix is happening on August 7th. So that show is going to be interesting because that whole entire week, that Grand Prix is on Friday, but 2 days prior, on Wednesday, AEW and CMLL will be having their collaboration show, Grand Slam Mexico. So AEW will be coming back down to Arena México, having CMLL and AEW stars collide. So that's going to be fun. And we're going to figure out how we can get the AEW crew and the CMLL crew to come together. So this should be interesting. But that's going to be it for us here. We got to get up on out of here. But thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back to our 1 episode a week post show for CMLL. So we only got to cover 1 episode instead of 2 until further notice. But for myself and Papa Oso and the rest of the BC Wrestle Pod crew, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more important than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I will see y'all Friday when I cover TNA with our other Will and all the shenanigans we got planned for next week. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.